My name is James Elkins. I'm married to Susan Elkins for 27 years. We have 2 children, Andrew 25, Katie 23. I work at Atlanta area window and door in Marietta, Georgia, and this is my story. I got born again when I was 28 years old, and for many years we ran a home fellowship in our home. And then for a lot of years after that, many years after that, we kind of got cold on the things of God. We kind of walked away a little bit and got lukewarm. And then after our kids left home and got a little older, we looked at each other one day and we kind of just wondered, what are we doing? What are we doing? And we actually, about a year ago, had considered getting a divorce, and we had talked about it in the car on the way to a Joyce Meyer's conference. Even though we had talked about getting a divorce, the title of the teaching for that weekend was Never, Never Give Up. God is a God of new beginnings and fresh starts. So from that point on, we'd made up our mind that we were going to do what God would have us to do. We were going to stay married, and we were going to work to develop our Christian life. So my wife had suggested that we go to this weekend retreat, and at first I was like, oh, you know, I don't really want to do that. I don't want to go. But she said to me, she said, Jim, I can't go if you don't go. You have to go first. You have to be the leader in order for me to be able to go. And I said, oh, okay, I'll go. Well, I attended the conference, and it just changed my life forever. It just absolutely changed my life, because I saw men serving other men like I had never seen before. I saw men giving up their 3.5 days to serve me, and it was just, I just couldn't believe it. I'd never really seen anything like this, just the love of God and people just serving other people. And one of the things that really just struck home with me is when one of the men at this conference had been given a diagnosis of only 90 days to live. He had terminal cancer, and the doctor said, make your final arrangements. You only have 90 days to live. And that man took 3.5 of those 90 days and served me. He took his time to help my life so my life could be better, even though his days were numbered. And it just, all this made me realize it's the love of Christ, the experiential knowledge of Christ, love of Christ that changes people's lives. It's what makes people understand and feel the fullness of God in their life. I really realized in my life that I was called to serve. So in the last year, I have gone from a man that was very lukewarm for God to a man that's just filled with the fullness of God. And you don't get this fullness of God in isolation. You get it in service, and we're receiving that as we serve at Thrive Chapel. My name is James Elkins, and this is my blueprint for making faith work.